Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. I've literally just finished reviewing that. These beers won't be up for a long time now. They're going to be mid-June now. I'm reviewing them last week of April, if you like, 25th, 26th of April. But they're not going to be released till sort of like mid-June now because I've got so many videos to go. So I've just done that one. I've been out on the beer with the missus. And because I've got no work this weekend, I'm going to be working next week and then Saturday I'm off on holiday. I'm basically going to be reviewing this beer just because it's a weekend, because it's a big old beer. I've had a few beers anyway, and I don't really want to be drinking this along with a couple of other beers in the week before we go away. So the beer we are looking at, we're a minute in, and it's a beer from the Brew Export box that I ordered. That light is just getting too much meat in my eye, so I do apologise. Brew Export, I've ordered one box from them, 11 beers, coming at 82 quid, got free delivery, and you're all probably going, oh my god, that is silly money. Yeah, but it's so nice to try different beers, and it's a beer from a brewery that I've never had anything from. I believe it is called Adrift. I'm trying to think of the brewery. Where are we? Adrift Theory Brewing Company out of Purcellville, Virginia. It is a triple IPA, and it is called Severed Survival, and it is coming in at 10% ABV in a 473ml can. So let me just show you the can. So that's where it starts. There's all the writing. It's very much that zombie blood gory looking thing. Great artwork, absolutely fantastic. Now the beer, the artwork means nothing about the beer, does it? But it adds to it, and if the beer's good, you can't help but think, hang on, they've got everything spot on. They've got the can artwork, they've got, I'm not going to say the price because that's totally different kettle of fish, but they got the can artwork, they've sucked you in with it, the beer is fantastic, and that is what I'm hoping. How much was this beer? Triple IPA, 10%, I'm not sure. I think if I was half trying to remember, about £9.50. It's an American pint can, which is 473ml, so it's a bit bigger than Thingy. American beers tend to be spot on. So let's get it cracked open. I don't have an Adrift Theory Brewing Company glass, but we are going to go with the Collective Arts glass. You know, yeah, you've seen this American glass, and it looks really dirty on the camera. Mark Gamble collection thing or something. I'm guessing he's like an American bowler that is some big name. So it's going to go in there. It's come out the fridge. It's chilled to about 5 degrees. Let's stop talking. Get it poured. Said to me, missus, I said, I'm gonna review that now. Do it in the week. Well, do it in the weekend because it makes more sense. Because if I do it in the week, I'm probably going to be pickled. I'm surprised how unhazy it is. She said, no doubt when you drink that, I expect you're going to be snoring on the sofa. At this very moment in time, I'm very disappointed with that. It's a triple IPA. I expected a juice bomb. A very dank, musty, hazy number. Looks wise, yes, it's hazy. It's lemon-like on my side. It's a touch darker. Not much of a head, and there are a few floaty bits. But I expected a massive, juicy looking sort of beer. Very hazy. So at this very moment in time, I am feeling a little bit disappointed. But, shit, and I've got it all down my trouser leg as well. Oh, fucking useless, isn't it? Anyway, I won't swill it. We will just give it a sniff. Let me just wipe my hand because the beer's dropping off. But my missus downstairs going, he's fucking up another review, he is. Right, let's have a sniff. Triple IPA. There's For me, my first impression is a floral note. Hoppy, floral, but a little bit subdued. I don't want to swill it too much because I don't want it going everywhere. But yeah. It feels very underwhelming, if I'm honest. Has this gone down the triple route of, yeah, subtle flavours, subtle notes, but just we'll call it a triple IPA just because it's got a big ABV. That is what it's feeling like. Orange, mandarin, slightly hoppy, but nothing over-inspiring. I've got to say, it's feeling lackluster, to say the least. And there are lumps coming out, but I'm certain when I would have bought this, maybe they're doing a little bit of photoshopping and adding. Don't know. Anyway, sorry for waffling. Let's dive in. Adrift Theory out of... Let me have a look again. Drift Theory Brewing Company out of Purcellville, Virginia. 10% triple IPA. There we go. Let's give it a taste. It might prove me wrong in the taste. Cheers. Okay. Which now begs the question to me, what do you pay $9.50 for? What do you expect from a triple IPA? From a beer you're paying that much money for. What do you expect? There we go. Right. We'll go in. We'll probably start the review 7 minutes in. I bet you're cursing me. %10 IPA. For me, that body is of a 10% IPA from a supermarket, in my opinion. That should be so much heavier and have so much more weight. Yeah, that's great if you're trying to make it a sessionable beer, but no one's going to session 10% beers. So in my opinion, what you got to do if you're making a 10% triple IPA, yeah, you want to hide that ABV, and maybe you don't want it too heavy, but this is feeling like a supermarket 10% IPA, and you wouldn't expect too much from a 10% supermarket IPA. You'd expect a half decent body, but for me, I think this is poor body wise for a 10% IPA. Sessionable, yes. Body wise, personally, what's the point in having a sessionable body, I should say. Low carbonation, can't knock that. Nice flavours. Am I wowed by the flavours? Am I beaten in the chops with massive juicy notes? No. Once again, on the flavour wise, it feels very much a supermarket IPA that we get in the UK. You get notes. You think of all the supermarket double IPAs that have been reviewed in the UK recently, and so many people say the body is shocking, the body is or poor, if you like, the body isn't living up to that ABV, and this is one of them, and it's so disappointing. It's like this brewery have whacked on this fancy can design and actually decided, yeah, we'll put out an average beer and a nice beer, but we won't actually make it worth the money what it actually is. We'll spend all that money on the fucking artwork. Smooth, easy drinking, pineapple, grapefruit, mango, orange, tangerine sort of things going on in there. but everything is a little bit lackluster. Drinks easy, and that is down to the fact that the flavours, although they're there, they are lackluster. The body is kind of light. The body of the beer, the weight of the beer is nowhere near what I expected. Absolutely nowhere near. And I even looked slightly disappointed when I poured it. It's not a bad beer by no means. It's very much got sweet, juicy notes. There's no sort of bitterness. It's a little bit dank, but I wouldn't say it's dank enough. It's not bitter enough. It's not heavy enough. It's not punchy enough. It's not juicy enough. It's lacking so much. The beer is nice, but what you're paying for it, I don't think it warrants that price, which is such a shame, because if there was a beer I was really looking forward to, there's probably been, out of them 11 beers, 2 of them were repeats. So I had 10 different beers. There was probably 2 or 3 that I was really hoping would be bangers. This would have been one of them. And it really ain't delivering. Not enough for me for what I've paid for it. Like I say, nowhere near a bad beer. 10%, you don't get it. Yeah, there is a bit of booziness in there. Well, to be honest, they're very minimal. It drinks like something, if I'm honest. It probably drinks like something 6% tops. But it doesn't deliver in all them other areas. And for me, that's the disappointing side of it. I think it's great having a beer that doesn't feel like what it should in some areas, but it needs to make you feel like you're drinking something that you've paid for. You know what I mean? They're charging good money for these beers, and if you don't feel like you're getting that ABV to a certain percent, you are a little bit miffed. But I'm waffling now. I'm getting a little bit angry, maybe a little bit just ranting. It's more of a live video now, the way I'm going. So, Theory Adrift out of Percival, Virginia, and their Severed Survival Triple IPA, 10%. It's a nice beer, but is it worth what they're, or what Brew Export are charging? No. It's not a great beer for what the style should be. I think for me, this is on the level of a supermarket double IPA with a slightly bigger ABV, but it doesn't deliver what a really decent double IPA should deliver. And this is a triple IPA, so it should be another level. But if you've had this beer before, let me know your thoughts on it. Thank you all for watching. Sorry for waffling on for so long, but I think I need to do it with this beer. Slightly disappointing, nice enough, but like I say, there you go. If you had it before, let me know your thoughts. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.